Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and today I decided that I wanted to read something to cheer me up since I haven't been cheered up in a while. So I'm taking a break. It's currently 10:12 p.m. I am currently alone in this house, and so I decided, since my cat is sleeping, he doesn't want me to play with him, and since, I don't want to sleep yet, I've decided to try and read some manga. So this video is going to be a vlog-like thingy where I read first volumes of series to see if I want to continue them. I have a lot of first volumes here in the house, but there are some of them that I'm not going to read today. But most of them I'm going to try and read today. If I don't finish this today, I will just prolong the vlog until I do finish these. So yeah, I hope that you guys stay with me for this one. So let's reveal the TBR. So that's my heater. Yeah, we need that here. And this is my bed. I'm on top of my bed. So I'm going to show you my TBRs. First of all, I want to read Blade of the Moon Princess. This is by Tatsuya Endo. If you don't know, this is the author of Spy Family and also Tista, which I've done a review for. I haven't finished Spy Family, that's going to be a whole thing altogether, but I want to start this new series to see if I enjoy it and if I want to continue, which the answer will probably be yes, but this is the first volume of things that I want to read. Then the second one is this one. This is Twisted Wonderland, the manga, Book of Heartslabyul. This is volume 1. And this is some sort of Disney-ish kids of the villains kind of thing, college, I don't know. I've heard about this. I know there's an anime of this, I believe. I want to try and see if I like it or not, since I am known for liking a lot of Disney retelling things. So excited for this one, even though the art style is cute, but not as cute as the other contesters, I think. We will see. Then we have Soloist in a Cage, Volume 1. This only has 3 volumes. I have Volume 1 and 2, and I will have the 3rd, so I really want to see how the story goes. The art style of this is incredibly beautiful, and it's supposed to be like a dystopia in the winter or something. Lonesome, snowy place, so good for this time of the year, I guess. I'm gonna probably start with this one, we will see. And then we have the first volume of The Horizon, which I think it's going to be also 3 volumes, I don't know. This is a manhwa, so you can see it's read as normal Western thingies, in opposition to this one, which is read back and forth. So I'm very excited for this. It's supposed to be incredibly sad, which I don't know if it's going to help me very much today, but we will see. I don't know which one I will start. When I decide, I will pick it up and just read it. Hopefully you'll know my reviews today. If you don't, I will just keep filming this. Okay, so I started reading this Twisted Wonderland book of Heartslabyul, Volume 1. And apparently our main character is actually human. He is summoned by the mirror to this Twisted Wonderland world, and he has absolutely no fucking magic whatsoever. So he's not allowed to stay in the dormitories of all of these people that are trained to be magicians. So where do they let him stay? Free of charge? In a fucking haunted house. I shit you not, these people are the worst people. I mean, this dude is like, bros, I came from the earth, I came from Japan, and I have a tournament tomorrow that I have to get to. And they're like, what the fuck is Japan? And he's like, what? And now they're letting him live in a fucking haunted house. Also, I have met the child of the Queen of Hearts. His name is Trey? Trey? Who the fuck? No, his name is Riddle, and he has two minions, Trey, and who the fuck is the other guy? Catter and Trey, which are like Tweedledum, Tweedledum. And Riddle is this dude right here. And his special power is off with your head, which if you watched Alice in Wonderland, you get there. I am actually enjoying it. I have read only this so far. I think I'll try and finish it just before I go to bed, and then I will tell you in the morning what I thought of this. Clearly, I'm not reading any of the other mangas today, but we will see. Let's call this video a vlog of me reading first volumes of shit. Let's keep going. It definitely has been more than a day since I last updated you, and yesterday I read butt shit. But I did, the day before yesterday, did finish the first volume of Twisted Wonderland, a book of Heartslabyul. I have no idea how this is pronounced. Fucking somebody help me. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. The ending was like, and this is how this character turned to be villainous. Dun dun dun. And I'm like, a villain origin story, or if it's not an origin story, at least we're going to see the villain before he becomes a villain, which in this case is Riddle. I really loved it. I think it was a great introduction to this Twisted Wonderland kind of thing. I cannot wait. I'm dying to meet the other characters, and yeah, I'm gonna want to keep going with this one, I think. So, great for the first read of the first volume. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a review on this or not, since, you know, it's kind of strange. Maybe when I read the second volume, I do a review of both of them, because these first volumes for mangas, I always feel like they're like a first chapter to something. So even if I say something that happens in this, for me it's not really a spoiler, because the first volume is like a taste test, to be honest, if you like the story or not. And the art is, it's cool. It's cooler than I was expecting. So yeah, it was a good win. on the next episode of Why the Fuck Is It Raining and It Doesn't Snow whilst there's so much cold in this country. So I'm just going home from the gym and I decided to talk to you a little bit about The Blade of the Moon Princess, which I'm currently reading, volume 1. It's good, I think. I mean, I know that Tatsuya Endo is a good writer for writing Spy Family and Tista. I don't know why Blade of the Moon Princess is not grabbing me as much as those two, one miniseries and the other series did grab me. I have no idea why. So, Blade of the Moon Princess is basically the story of this princess to inherit the throne of the moon. And she is just a bratty child and she doesn't want to study and she doesn't want to, be the princess. And so all of her teachers and guards and everything are just thinking that she's never going to inherit the blade. And in the moon, things are like samurai-ish, but with a lot of sci-fi environments, so a lot of high-tech and stuff. And then a coup happens, and her mother, in order to protect her, sends her to our planet in 1502, to be precise. And so she basically will have to return to the moon and to conquer her throne, but first she has to grow up into a great woman, let's just say. And I don't know why, but she is just so bratty. I have no mood for that, and it all seemed to happen very, very fast. So I do want to continue with the series, though, because I think it's cool, the juxtaposition of sci-fi with samurais and fantasy stuff. But at the same time, I'm not as intrigued as I was for this author's other works. I absolutely love Spy Family for reasons that I can't even explain, and I did really love Tista. This one I'm just liking, which, I mean, it's not bad, it's very enjoyable, but stuff seems to happen really, really fast. I don't know, I think this is Tatsuya Endo's first work, or that was Tista. I don't remember, but I don't know. We just wait and see. But the experience was enjoyable to a point. The lighting today is just so fucking awful because it's raining, but it's also pretty dark, and there's a polar front just getting through the country, and it's cold, it's terrible. But I've been working, and I've been working so hard, and it has been a very productive day, so very excited for that. Still hoping to finish some things today as well. But yesterday in the night, I started Soloist in a Cage, and I am pretty sure I'm going to fucking cry reading this because I've read how many pages? How many pages? Let's just see. Great, this doesn't have page number. It does. I read more than 30 pages, not a lot more. And I already felt like crying yesterday, so pretty sure I'm going to cry. This one I already have volume 2, and I do believe there's only 3 volumes, so even though I'm going to tell you if I enjoyed this, because this is about first volumes and I need to know if I'm going to enjoy, I'm not going to tell a lot about this because I think I'm going to really like this one, and so I will save it for a review sometime later, maybe in this month, maybe in the next. We will see. But really loving it so far, like 30 something pages read. The art style is astounding when it wants to give emotion and it wants to give detailed background. It lacks a little bit on character face to face, but I think it's done on purpose so you can have more darkness and sadness inside of it when you have the whole full picture. So this is a story about this place, which is a prison, a city prison. People were sent to that city that is walled up every time they committed crimes for life. And basically, people, because they knew they were never going to get out because it's impossible to get out, they started having children and families and everything. But the world is very dangerous and everyone dies if they get alone on the street and such because there are a lot of criminals. And we are following the story of Chloe, I believe. Yeah, Chloe and Chloe? Yeah, and she is taking care of her really baby brother because their parents just fucked up to nowhere, apparently, because they don't give a shit about them. And their three neighbors are kind of the worst convicts there. And one of them is the one that keeps feeding them. But one day there's a possibility of those three just leaving. But if they leave, who's going to feed Chloe and her brother? So it's already very terrible, you know what I mean? So yeah, I want to keep reading. I'm excited to see what happens, even though I'm not excited for the pain, which I know is gonna come. You know when you know pain is gonna come and you don't want it, but you want it because you know it's going to make the story great? Yep, that's what I'm feeling with Soloist in a Cage. What did I say? What did I say? I knew it. I fucking knew it. I picked this up and I read it in a day. In less than a day, obviously. But it's paving itself to be possibly one of my favorite mangas. This is only 3 volumes long. I have the second one, which I will promptly read after I finish this video with the first volumes of something. And Soloist in a Cage, wow. This is a story about love, familiar love. It's a story about grief, it's a story about pain, and it has so many trigger warnings. This is about a city where the worst kind of prisoners and the worst kind of people in the world are sent to as a prison, and it has really high walls and nobody can leave. And because those people knew they were sentenced for life, they started having kids and they started having families and normal lives inside. And so, but you know, if you're weak and you go onto the streets at night alone, you're going to be killed. And kids are kidnapped and worse. And this little girl, Chloe, she lives with her baby brother, and her parents disappeared 6 months before for some reason. We don't know why. I don't know if we're ever going to know why. Maybe they abandoned them. Maybe they were just trying to search for food and they were killed. We don't know. And the neighbors next door are like 3 of the worst criminals ever, but they feed them. And one day they're like, it's our chance. We are going to leap the wall. We are going to go away. And this little girl is like, I have to go with you, with my brother, because we will not survive if you go away, because I can't get out on the streets or I'll be killed. And when they're escaping, there are these robots that shoot them, and she lets go like the sheets where she had her brother. She let go of them because they snapped, and so her brother fell into the snow on the inside of the wall, and she got to be outside of the wall. So it's her story of how she's going to come back and search for her brother, and it's so incredibly sad. She's just so innocent, and even though she can do the worst of things, she's just, there's hope in her. And it's just, if you can read manga, read Soloist in a Cage. It's absolutely beautiful, and the art style of this, wow, it's one of the best art styles that I've ever seen. It's just Soloist in a Cage, everyone. It's my favorite of this video. I don't know if the next one will topple it, but this one. Wow.
Hey everyone, so this is not the best lighting, this is not the best angle, I'm clearly in my bed, but I just wanted to update you a little bit about the manga that I've been reading, which is The Horizon by G.H. Volume 1, and I have read 10 pages of this or something, or 8, and my first reaction was to cry, and I almost wanted to vomit. I have no idea what the story is about, however, the first pages graphically depict, from the perspective of a child that has been hidden by his mother, basically, a genocide. And it's so similar to what's happening in Gaza at the moment that I was just... It was horrible. If you want to read this, you have to consider the implications for your health, because there's a lot of trigger warnings on this, and I'm needing to taking it slow, very, very slow, so that's why this video is taking its sweet time, because the art style is sublime, but this is incredibly dark, like the most dark manga that I've probably read at the moment. And it's just like the first 8 pages is an ethical cleansing of some people, you don't know why, by the military, and this boy survives to find his people all dead, in several degrees of mutilation, and there is an image which I have to tell you this so you know if you want to read this or not, but there's an image of him finding his mother with her brain out of her head, And because he's a little child, the first thing that he tries to do to wake her up, I shit you not, is to put her brain inside her head again and like touching her. And I was devastated. So I started to cry and I was like, fuck this, I can't. And yeah, I told you, this is going to possibly be my downfall. But I still want to read it because the art style is great, and I want to understand if there's some, not a reason, because there's never a reason to murder a bunch of innocent people, but I want to understand what's the premise of this, if it's just social commentary, just, you know what I mean, if it's just social commentary on war and human rights by the perspective of this child, or if it has to do with something else. So I will keep on reading it, probably review once I have the 3 manhwas, because this is a manhwa actually. And yeah, I don't know, but I have to take it slower than other mangas. So yeah, that's it for now.
Hey, so I did it. I read the final manga on my TBR for this video, which was The Horizon, Volume 1. And I just need to say the name. Can you see the fucking tears in my eyes? And I just said the name. This is devastating. Also one of the best mangas that I've ever had the pleasure to read. Not because of the gruesomeness that you can see portrayed, but the art style is insanely good. And I'm going to cry again. The art style is insanely good. The thematics of this is not. It's devastating. It's terrible. I don't know what is going on, but apparently the military is killing people, like an all full-on cleansing in a city, which does bring you back to the real world and what is happening, and that's why it's so poignant. And also you're seeing this from the perspective of 2, 8 years old or something, or 9 years old, something like that. And they're just so small for this kind of horror, and it keeps on happening to them, and everything that they do and every people that they contact with, they are just re-traumatizing them. And I don't know why, but in the end of this, it's kind of implied that there is a reason. Obviously there's never a reason for this, but that's going to be a plot point why the military is chasing these people and trying to kill them. And I am not okay. Like, this manhwa is extremely violent. It depicts the horrors of war, the traumas that are put into people and children. It also touches a little bit on human kindness and how kindness breeds kindness, but also like your kindness and faith can be misleading. And it doesn't do anything to help you believe in the good of humanity and such. So if you're in a fragile state of mind, do not read this. This is not fun. This is just, the art of this is incredible. I don't know who GH is, but oh my god, incredible, the art of this. But it's just a destructive manhwa. I think it's an important one. Also, this is from, I believe, a South Korean author, if I'm not mistaken. Or North Korean. I think it's a South Korean author. And just for that alone, you know, you think about stuff, you know? And it's just, it's such an important and amazing work of art, but is painful as hell. So yeah, guys, I finally finished all of the first volumes that I have. My ranking, let's just rank them. So, if you don't remember, I read Oh, okay. If you don't remember, I read Twisted Wonderland, Volume 1, Book of Heartslabyul. Then I've read Blade of the Moon Princess, Soloist in a Cage, and finally, The Horizon. And the remarks are as follows. So, Blade of the Moon Princess by Tatsuya Endo was the one that I felt more disappointed by. It's not as great as the first volume of Spy Family. It's not as great as the first volume of Tista. I think he didn't find his voice for this. I don't know if I'm going to keep on reading the series or not. It's sad because his art style is really beautiful, but yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. So this is on the bottom. Then after that, we have Twisted Wonderland, which was pretty fun, but in an impactful sort of way. It didn't have a lot of impact, it was just fun, and a lot of, oh my god, situations, but not as impactful as the next two. Then I would say Soloist in a Cage. No, actually, I think these two are tied. I think The Horizon and Solace in a Cage, because of their thematics, because of the importance and the shedding of light into human nature and the horrors that humankind brings to themselves, and the egotistical people and the wars and violence. I think both of them, and the art style of both of them is marvelous. I am going to keep reading these two. I have already volumes 2 of The Horizon and Solace in a Cage, and I need volumes 3, and I think that they both will finish, and I will pretty much do a review on these when they are finished, because I think they deserve it. This one is fun, so I'm just going to keep reading it for fun, and this one, I don't even know. So that's what we got from this vlog that spent I don't know how many days. So that's going to be all for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, leave a like or subscribe, and tell me something in the comments down below, like if you've read these mangas, if you haven't, and what you thought about the art style that I've been showing, or something like that. So that's going to be all for today, and happy readings to you all. Bye!